Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remind you to please silence your electronic devices. We greatly appreciate it. Good afternoon. I call the Village of Massena Board of Trustees August 16, 2016 meeting to order. Roll call, Mr. Otto.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carl. Here. Mr. Shays.
Here.
Mr. LeBeer. Here. I am here. I entertain a motion for the approval of minutes for June 21st, 2016 minutes.
Second.
Mr. LeBeer, second by Mr. Shays. Discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reports of officers and committees. Treasurer's report. Ms. Charlotte.
The annual state report for joint recreation for fiscal year ending 5/31/2016 was electronically filed with the Office of the State Comptroller on July 25th. The annual report for the village deadline is August 31st. I am currently working on that report and hope to have it completed by that time. Both reports will be available in the office for your review. I will also provide you with final revenue expense and balance sheets for the major funds concerned. Through close of business Friday, we have collected $5,383,353.33, which is approximately 88.7% of the tax warrant. This was the same percentage we collected during the same time period last year. Sales tax received from St. Lawrence County for the fourth quarter of our fiscal year was in the amount of $435,921.02. This was $12,115.44, or a 2.7% decrease over the same quarter last year. Our total tax revenue for the 15-16 fiscal year was $1,718,388.29. This is an overall decrease of $66,670, or 3.73% from the amount we received last year. We did come in $23,938 over the budgeted amount of $1,694,450. On August 11th, we made a payment on the Maple Leaf Service Street Water Sewer Line Replacement Bond. This payment consisted of $114,000 in principal and $16,248 in interest. The remaining balance on this bond is $366,000 and is insured in August of 2019. On September 1st, we have the final bond payment of $488,839 from New York State EFC on the $9.7 million wastewater treatment plant serial bond. This was an interest-free bond issued by the village in April of 2019. There are no action items on the report facing you.
Questions from Ms. Charlotte? Thank you. Committee reports. Code Enforcement, Mr. Carville, Mr. LeBeer.
Nothing.
Economic Development Committee, Mr. Othel, Mr. LeBeer. Fire Committee, Mr. Carville, Mr. LeBeer.
We want to meet, we have that yet, but we're going to meet tomorrow night.
Personnel Committee, Mr. Carville, Mr. Shays.
Have that night meeting going on.
Police Committee, Mr. Carville, Mr. Shays.
Met with the chief, everything's going as normal, I guess, same normal.
Chief, no? Recreation Commission, Mr. Shays.
The beach fees this year are down to $2,100. And they figured probably because the weather's so warm, people took advantage of it, go to the beach, I guess, it's too hot. But that's very unusual. But the arena rental's up $1,600 from last year. The concession stand's up $500 from last year. And they were just wondering, because maybe fees might have been because Barnhart is having problems because they're letting the state go out there for not paying their fees, so I figured that influx came over to our beach. Hopefully they'll get that fixed up so they can maintain a balance. Log jumping contest was very well attended. They have inline hockey each Tuesday at 3 p.m. They have hockey skill week. This is going to be August 1st to August 5th, which we just finished. There's 35 kids who signed up for that. That was from 9:30 to 11:30 every morning, those mornings. The bids are out for the flat roof project in front of the arena. And the whole bidder was, one, don't know, RS, what's the other initial?
RSI.
They bid $62,942, that's the low bid, whether it's gonna be accepted or not. I think you're supposed to get review, wasn't it?
Yeah, we took that, their board accepted it, and I signed the contract.
Okay, we did. Minor hockey registration is ongoing. The softball season is in the playoffs, they're winding down their season. Summer program is all done. Kids are getting ready to go back to school shortly. The locker room, the new locker room down in the arena will be 3 or 4 weeks for completion. And it's a beautiful setup, they did a beautiful job down there. And they have pickleball courts, which is picked up. They got 2 courts at Alcoa Field, play pickleball. And that's about 300 people.
Thank you. Street Committee, Mr. Offeld, Mr. Levere.
I had a discussion with Hoss last week, and Matt and I had talked as well. The work on West Orvis and on West Hatfield, as everybody seen, is
Beautiful.
they've done. I think
Good job.
they did a fantastic job.
Well
It
committed.
looks great, as well as the sidewalk at the school. They've got it done from Nightingale up to Prospect. And they did it on the south side of the school, so they're very nice. So the plan is to have it all done before school starts. I just wanted to, that was a request that came, I believe, from the school last year, safety. The village reacted in a positive way. Other than that, Matt, you got anything else? No, that sounds like nice.
Thank you. Water and Sewer, Mr. Offeld, Mr. Levere. Initial public comment period. As always, we ask you to please stand and state your name for the record. Initial public comment period. Seeing none, moving on. There is no old business. Under new business, A, award bid, precast concrete sections and PVC grade rings. You should have a memorandum from Superintendent Fayad.
So moved.
Second.
Is that Mr. Carville? Mr. Shays? Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Proposed resolution to renew contract with Harold Ranger Services for insurance claims administration and risk management services from September 1, 2016 to September 1, 2017. Mr. Levere. Second by Mr. Carville. Discussion? All those in favor signify, I'm sorry, resolution individually. Mr. Offeld?
Aye.
Mr. Carville?
Aye.
Mr. Shays?
Aye.
Mr. Levere?
Aye.
Resolution carries. Proposed resolution to renew contract with Arthur J. Gallagher and Company for September 1, 2016, 2017. You have a small package there of a few things. We met yesterday with Kevin Berry, Harry Granger, and the village clerk, Mike Chapman. Kudos to the village clerk for working really hard on the insurance. The numbers that are there, we went out and shopped our insurance, and we saved about 2.5% by shopping, so save some money this year, so pretty worthwhile. So I entertain a motion for the resolution.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Levere, second by Mr. Offeld. Discussion. Resolution poll individually. Mr. Offeld.
Aye.
Mr. Carville.
Aye.
Mr. Shays.
Aye.
Mr. Levere. Resolution carries. D, proposed resolution authorizing for submission of grant application to local initiative support cooperation for the zombie and vacant property remediation and prevention initiatives. That's a long one. As you know, the state has passed a zombie property law now, and There's a grant bill, which we're currently working on with code enforcement and a number of other people working on putting together an application which is due Friday to take advantage of the funding that's available to work with in the confines of the state's regulation and use of that sun.
So move.
Mr. Rocco, second by Mr. Revere. Discussion. Resolution poll individually. Mr. Rocco.
Aye.
Mr. Carville. Mr. Shays.
Aye.
Mr. Revere. Aye. Resolution carries.
We go back on the local banks or the county lenders. If somebody, there's two initiatives out there. There's more than two initiatives, quite a few initiatives. And I remember reading that there was one of them, that somebody defaulted and just walked away from their property. The village could, or whomever, the municipality could go back to the bank that held the mortgage to start with. Is this?
Correct. Under the new law, they'll be required to register those.
So it is part of this it's the zombie law?
Yes.
Okay, because there's another one out there, I can't remember what, you know what I'm talking about, Matt? I can't remember what the name
I
is.
believe they're closely related.
Okay, all right.
The one that creates the registry is significant to us because we were looking at a registry, and there's actually a specific language in there that prevents some of what we were looking at doing.
Okay.
Because they didn't want to double dip and hammer the banks twice.
Right.
But then there was this
Our attention that Harold Hal Smith, who lived a number of years here in Massena, graduated from Massena Central. What would have been his 100th birthday is next week. Mr. Smith was born in Michigan, but lived most of his childhood here and graduated from Massena Central in 1936. Went on to live in Utica for a while as a disc jockey, and before he ultimately moved out to California, Hollywood, and as you know, acted in several shows and some movies. So I prepared a proclamation that'll be effective for next week, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Michaud in a minute because he's got an event planned for next week on the birthday. So, whereas the Village of Massena appreciates its heritage and is committed to valuing and recognizing the accomplishments of its citizens, the Village of Massena desires to honor its native son, Harold Hal J. Smith, on his 100th birthday and recognizes his remarkable and successful career in Hollywood on the radio, stage, television, and in movies. Prior to finding fame, Harold Hal J. Smith grew up in the village of Brighton Street, on Brighton Street, and realized from a very young age he was destined to entertain. Mr. Smith sang with various local big band acts, performed at the former Shines Theater on Main Street. Following Hal's graduation from Massena High School on Bridges Avenue in 1936, he decided to pursue entertainment full-time as a disc jockey before entering into the United States Army during World War II in the Entertainment Special Services Unit. His many talents eventually landed him in Hollywood, where he continued to dedicate his life to making others smile. His legacy of voicing hundreds of famous cartoon voices, such as Al in Winnie the Pooh, Uncle Tex in the Flintstones, various voices in David and Goliath, DuckTales, I'm not going to read all of this, but there's a number of them, and moving on to such roles as Otis Campbell and the Andy Griffith Show, and his roles with Red Fox Comedy Hour. And there's a number of other ones listed in the resolution that I won't go to. Despite his many successes, Hal Smith never forgot his hometown of Massena or his many friends and supporters. Although he passed away in 1994, Massena remains very proud of his many talents and his achievements. So now, therefore, I, Timmy J. Currier, Mayor of the Village of Massena, on behalf of our community, hereby proclaim August 4th, 2016, what would have been his 100th birthday, as Harold Hal J. Smith Day. So, Mr. Michaud, you have something planned for next week during the birthday?
Yes.
Want to tell us about it?
Okay. His birthday is on next Wednesday, August 24th. Would be 100. It's the 23rd at the Massena Public Library from 4 to 7 p.m., which is next Tuesday, a week from now. So I'll be at the library right now, a week from now. What I'm going to do is show various films, probably 90 minutes worth. It could go on forever, but 90 minutes. I've chosen what I can, or what I feel could, about his career. They also have a birthday cake and ice cream. And I'm really his official biographer too, so I'll have copies of my book there, the ones that are left. There's not too many left. I'm hoping a lot of people attend. It's a positive thing for Massena. It's something I've been waiting to do for a long time, and I hope the community will come and support it. I really appreciate you doing the proclamation for Hal. It means a lot to me, and with the proclamation, I feel like one episode called "A Plaque for Mayberry," where he accepted a plaque for one of his descendants from who burned the bridge during the Revolutionary War to save Mayberry, and he gave a big lecture. But I could talk too long about Hal. I know too much about him, but I'm sure in spirit he's here, and all his friends are here, and they would be here with me, sitting with me, if they were here today, from all his classmates in high school that supported him, and all the people he knew from Massena that he kept in touch with over the years. So I really, really appreciate you doing the proclamation. It means a lot to me, and if there's anyone out there who knew Hal personally, I'm sure they would feel the same way as me. There's not many people left really in Massena that actually knew Hal. I never met him, but I talked to him many times over the phone. Ryan Martin knows. I don't know if Ryan, but he gave me, I don't know, maybe 100 autograph photos in a period of 4 or 5 years, and I gave them to people. Someone wanted an autograph photo of Hal, he would send it to me. Even my college professors, my friends, everyone in Massena. It was amazing what he did for me. In fact, when I graduated from high school, he sent me a check for $100 and a couple other gifts. I didn't expect that, but it was just a thrill. I was so happy. So he's forever in my heart as a role model. So I think I've said enough, but you understand what I'm stating, right?
Sure, we do. Thanks. Thanks for what you're doing. We appreciate you keeping us on our radar screen, and the fact that you're going to honor him next week. So hopefully it's well attended and the citizens partake in it.
4 to 7 p.m. next Tuesday.